can't work like that. I'm saying this to you, Nick. That person is in this meeting. He's the rat. This is the first time that, I'm going to a club and I've got Matt operations, Nick and agent. It just feels like I can just take a backseat, I don't really have to talk to anyone anymore. We just sort of chill out. I hang out with you, Nick. Just watch it happen. It's quite beautiful, EFA's going to the moon.
You go bow for the result, nothing to discuss, cause I did win by default and without any doubt, I'm a me happy adult.
Nosotros ahora mismo no tenemos ningún partner australiano. Por eso yo quería trabajar con vosotros.
Nosotros traemos nuestros jugadores, pero también traemos de otros agentes. Ok. Último tema de mi lado. Si todo va bien, si los chicos tienen una buena experiencia, junio, julio, ¿te interesa venir a Australia?
Sí.
¿A los eventos?
Sí, porque creo que es fundamental estar físicamente en los sitios donde luego vas a trabajar y vas a explotar a nivel de que vengan los chicos, o sea que yo me sumo a este tipo de cosas. Yo le mandé un acuerdo que, hablaba de que íbamos a trabajar juntos, pero cualquier término ya lo hablamos con él y ya está.
Wrapped up with Pozuelo. Normally business meetings, for me at least, is to clear up a few things. Most importantly is, the fact that clubs have to sign our players, At the end of the day, there's no point in us sending players to a club that isn't going to sign or has no intention of signing players or no intention of moving them up through funnels and giving them a good experience. So the biggest things that I look at is, are the clubs confirming in a contract with me that they will sign players? Are they going to be honest and transparent? Are they going to have the best intentions for the players and not just going to be another number? I think over the years, I've learned that not everyone works the same way and people have different values and morals. And so it's always good to clear things up. Sometimes players have bad experiences at clubs and they think they're going to the clubs, but it's just because the club has sold the rights of their name to an academy, so they can also piggyback on the club's name. And those players have a bad experience with the academy, not with the club. And so that's something to be aware of. Like, we're signing with the club and our players will be training directly with the club's teams, right? So it's just also an important factor, right, to take into consideration. But so far, so good. Yeah, sometimes, genuinely, I feel like this is like a mafia movie. There's situations where it's like, right now, for example, there's a meeting, and if a certain person is at this meeting, it's because a certain other party member doesn't trust me. And so they're sending me to police, right? There's a lot of middleman work that happens in these clubs in my industry, and there's things like that pop out, right? And so certain people can't make it, so they send someone else, and they do it just to see if you'd go behind their backs or something. And for me, I can't work like that, right? So I'm saying this to you, Nick, if that person is in this meeting, he's the rat. Yeah? Whoever comes to you with this Barzini business, he's the rat. He's the traitor. And this is the same thing. I feel like if he's there, heads are gonna have to get cut. Sometimes this is the business. You got to cut people's legs off and turn the page, unfortunately. But you can only work with people you trust. Otherwise, it's a slippery slope, and trust goes both ways. Alright, we're at Russia Vallecano, which is a first division team in Spain, and I've got a bunch of boys here at the moment, split up into different groups. Look, something that I feel like happens here in Madrid, it's a lot tougher to get selected, and the boys that come to not just here but other clubs in Madrid, I think they have a harder time adapting, and they have a harder time moving up the funnels. It's just a lot more cutthroat in Madrid. That's just something I've been realizing, players don't need to say much. I can just tell that they're disgruntled. I can tell they feel like they're not getting their shot. And I feel for them. I was a player. I know what that feels like. And it comes down to two things. If I'm being super honest, like 95% of the players that we send, they're not going to get signed. They're not going to get a scholarship or contract, right? Like we do, well, I guess the real number would be 92%, right? Because our success rate at the moment is 8%. And so, okay, 8% success rate, it's really good. But in the grand scheme of things, when you really think about it, a lot of players that go through, 92% of people that we work with, they're not going to get signed, right? They're not going to get signed, especially after their first trip. And so it's hard to give players that perspective where they feel like they're failing. They feel like, it's not good enough, or they're not good enough, or they didn't get the right opportunity. But in reality, it's just because their level is just really not there. And it comes down to level, it comes down to adaptation. I'm here and I see things for what it is. I see stories and I hear other players tell me that certain players are going out at night, they're drinking, and they're going out to party with girls and whatever. And why that happens? It happens for a few reasons. One, because they get here and they realise that the level is too high, and they realise how hard it actually is to get somewhere, or their perspective is smaller and they don't spend time talking to their agent and getting clarity on certain situations, and so it's already heavy enough being away from mum and dad and home and your routine, and so you start to eat away at yourself and you start to distract yourself with other things. But realistically, it happens because they mentally check out earlier, and so they do the wrong thing. And then what happens? The compound effect. They do the wrong thing, they're going out at night, they're drinking, they're focusing on girls, not on football, they skip some training sessions, and then it gets to the end of their trial and they think, well, why didn't I get signed? It's like, well, it's all there, right? I don't know, something I'm struggling with, because I guess, I feel for the boys, but at the same time, perspectives, it's tough to give an 18-year-old or a 17-year-old the actual perspective of how things work,
So I went over to the UK, I played in the UK for a few years, and then I got in contact with you guys, and you guys helped me get to Spain, and this is where I am today, so thank you very much. I don't really have any doubts. It was a slow start. Obviously, you got to work your way up. So, we started at Torrejon, and then I was at Rayo International, and then went to the D team, and then progressed my way up to the C team, and eventually signed for them, which was lovely. And same with Torrejon. I was with the Ds, and then trained with the Ds for a few months, and then went to the C team, and yeah, it was good, and I don't have any doubts about it. It's been an amazing journey. So, yeah. I want to thank you guys for, putting me and where I am today and helping me with my football and my next step. And I just want to thank my family as well. I couldn't have done it without them. So, and Alan and Rayo and Maurice.
Muy bien.
Thank you. No worries.
We're meeting up now with a sporting director, agent who jumps around a few clubs. Haven't met up in a while. We're going to my favourite place, right? So, putting you guys on some game. If you're ever in Madrid and you need to meet up with someone for a coffee place, go to Retiro, and there's a place called Cappuccino. I know, very ironic, but it's my favourite spot to meet up because it's got a nice view, coffee's inexpensive, and it's sort of centralised for everyone.
Upon your bridges and fountains.
Una chica en el Huesca, para el equipo de Huesca. Preparando y después.
Está bien, eso te sirve de cosas. Por eso te digo, encontrar un crack por ahí. Cuando lo encontrás me llamas. He encontrado un bueno.
Acá te tengo uno. Es un poco viejo, pero bueno,
18 años.
le pone ganas.
Ahora 2008. Bueno, de verdad, yo te lo meto en cualquier club de España.
This is the breath of romance.
Nice warm coffee. Inside, not freezing and what is that, -2 degrees. What do you reckon, Nick? You join me? You want to film from inside the bar? I thought that guy's about to roll you. Unfortunately, our boys, when they train the senior D team, it's a midnight shift. It's at 9:30 to last last time slot. So we're here to watch them. It is what it is, right? You've got to make the effort. You know, it's what life's about, you know, doing hard things. Putting your sweatpants on and coming at, you know, 9:30 to watch a football game. This is the type of stuff that people just don't have in them to do, you know? That's what makes me different. What can I say? When I get to do these trips and talk to players and see how they're doing, it's pretty funny because it's always like players have very different experiences. I think the player that we cater to, it's like 50% of the time is a player that really wants to sign or wants to get a contract, and the other 50% is the players that are looking for development, right, for the moment. You could really tell the players that come for development only, and that's the only focus they're doing, have a much easier time here, even though they might be in like the same club, right? Because their mental shift is just on focusing on like improving, right? And they're not really focused on any end goal. And the players that are really focused on signing or contracting, they're the ones that feel hard done by. They're the ones that feel like they didn't get a proper opportunity. They're the ones that blame people or situations or themselves, really, because at the crust of it, you know, they're upset at themselves and not, you know, being at the right level, whether they want to admit it or not. But damn, I wish I just sold like group stocks full time or something. We should just pivot and do something easier. What do you reckon, Nick? Can you be my model? Do you have nice feet? ¿Qué va a pasar ahora? Después estos chicos se van a ir a casa, ¿no? Y van a decir, pues no me ficharon, no tuve la oportunidad, lo que sea, y a lo mínimo vengo yo acá a ver, y de 10 chicos que tengo en un club entrenando, vienen 4.
Es que ese es el tema, que luego, es que esa es la actitud que nosotros tenemos que enfrentar con los chicos también, es, pero es que no me gusta el entrenamiento, que esto, pero luego no, o sea, ¿me entiendes?
Y ¿sabes qué pasa? Es que los chicos están en casa y dicen, no, yo cuando voy a España voy a todo. Sí, yo sí, voy a todos los entrenamientos, lo que sea, pero ¿qué pasa? Uno va, tiene sobrecarga, le pasa todo y después ya, poco a poco, falta, ve el nivel, ¿no? Y dice, bueno, a mí nunca me van a poner con el senior, ahora se no ve, y ya empieza a ir por Madrid, ir a tomar unos tragos, ir por mujeres, y eso para mí hay que estrangular todo eso, ¿no? Vos faltás, venís al campo. Porque también son chicos y necesitan esa ayuda, ¿no? Porque tiene 18 años, pero también de acá no tiene 18 años. Well, you better perform. Camera's watching you now. Show any clips.
As the night falls, keep dreaming away. Hold on to that box.
I don't know much about football, but when I see something, I know that there's certain things that need to be, worked on. And obviously kids don't listen to their parents. And that's why we get other people to get involved. So
I'll tell you. And honestly, another thing is just tactically, like his spatial, tactical awareness.
Yeah.
Just because, I reckon in Australia it'd be fine.
Yeah.
But it's just a different style of football.
Yeah.
And so I think he's just feels like a little bit lost. Which is why he doesn't get the ball as much as he could.
Yeah.
But I'll talk to him about it.
Yeah, tell him. I appreciate any feedback you give him. Yeah. He trust me, one day, if he does make it, I will mention you guys.
Good. Hopefully I'm right there.
Yeah.
Right.
We sort of have to assess them.
Alright, we just wrapped up this little tournament, got to see Tony Cruz on the sidelines as well. One of our players, Alex Khan, which is one of the younger players that we send. He's 13. He's at Rashvashkan right now, and we actually were able to get him straight in with their official teams. So he's been competing with the official teams, even though he's on a short stay, which is good. It's good to I like talking to parents. I like talking to the players and hearing that they're having a good time and the things that went well, the things that went wrong, that sort of stuff. So it's good to speak to his parents and no, I think he did well. I think damn, I forgot to tell him, but I'm just gonna say it now. Maybe he's gonna watch this video. Tactically, just a little bit disorganized, and he's a bit more venom. That was really the only thing. But besides that, level-wise, good. Competition good. And him enjoying his time here is the most important thing, right? For anything else.